Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel from her workshop. In this video, y'all, we're going to change the blade on this 10-inch miter saw, and I'm going to show you some of the reasons why I want to change this blade and exactly how to do it. Alright y'all, so before we remove this blade and replace it with a different one, what I want to do is make a cut, and I will show you the difference between this particular blade and the new blade. Now y'all, the very first thing that we need to do is make sure that this is not plugged in. And as you can see, it is not. So to start off, we're just going to need to know a few of the components of this saw in order to change the blade. So this right here, this moving plastic part, is called the lower blade guard. As you can see, it covers the blade there. Alright, and right here is the blade guard bolt. Once we unscrew this, it's going to release the upper blade guard, allowing us to have access to the bolt in here to take this blade out. Alright y'all, I just wanted to show you that the tools that you're going to need in order to change this blade are located right here on your saw. So this little multi-purpose tool, it has an Allen wrench on one end, and then it has a screwdriver on the other end. So this is the only tool you're going to need. Make sure you put it back in that little slot. Keep it nice and safe for you. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to release the lock back here, raise up our saw blade to pull that back like that, and then we'll take this. I'm going to use this. And remember, if you try it one way and it doesn't work, go the other way. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Hold on. I want you to actually see how this is working. See this screw right here? Okay. Now this will slide back, and that exposes the bolt there. So we're going to turn it around and use the hex head. We're just going to sit this in there because there's one other thing that we're going to need to do. We're going to move to the other side, and we're going to depress this mechanism right here, which is called the spindle lock. Okay? And what that does is keeps, see how the blade can move? Well, we don't want it to move. So we're going to rotate that. Did you see that and hear that little click? Alright, so now the blade doesn't go anywhere. So now we can proceed with unscrewing this bolt. Yeah. Maybe. Alright, so I still got that depressed on the other side. Now, if you're afraid of not knowing how to put this back on the exact same way, you can take a picture of it. I do that all the time. Because when I take this off, it has an indent in there, and I know that it needs to go on this way. So I lay it down just like that, and then what I can do is just work that blade out of there. Alright, release that, and we've got the blade free. Blade removal without all the instruction. Now, my lovely people, let's talk about these blades. 10-inch, but has multiple teeth. This one is also a 10-inch, and it doesn't have a lot of teeth, okay? The amount of teeth that the blade has will give you an indication of the type of wood that you can cut and the types of cuts that you're going to get from the wood. So like this one right here says on here is for plywood, OSB, plastics, veneer. So you make some finer cuts with that. And this one is basically a general purpose one. You know, you're cutting 2x4s, decking, stuff like that. And one other thing, you see the arrow on here? The blade needs to have the teeth going down because it's going to go in this motion right here. And those arrows let you know that. Alright, so we got us a new blade here, and they secure it in there pretty well. So you're going to need something to release the blade. See, there's a little, you can't see that, but alright, so I need to pinch that to release the blade on the other side. So let's get that pinched. Alright, Tanya, it's not that hard. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Jesus. Push that through like that. And be careful because these little teeth are sharp. And then just remove them from there. So now we are ready to install this. And whenever I put a new blade in though, I just always take a little bit of machine oil and just rub it here where we're going to attach it. And we'll get a little bit of that on the back. Alright, let's go and put it back together. Alright people, it's still unplugged. So now basically what we're going to do is reverse the order that we used to take it off. Oh, and in case I didn't tell y'all, it has 2 washers. So this is the second one. This is the rear washer. Alright. This is the reason why I spread a little bit of oil on there. Let's put this back on here. Alright, see the indents? The indents go on the inside. That's the best way for me to remember it. Sit that in there. We're going to take our bolt. Kind of get it started there. Push in my spindle lock. See if it'll catch. I don't know if y'all heard that click, but it did. Notice when I'm tightening it, it's not, that blade is not going anywhere because I have that spindle lock depressed over there. I'll give it a good hand tightening. Still locked, okay? Now, we're going to push this forward. Come on, baby. Help mama out. There we go. Let's see if we can get it on there, people. Alright, so we want to get it tight. We want to pull it down as far as it'll go. Sorry. Got a little aggressive there. Because remember, you definitely don't want that slipping. Okay, it's tight. And put that down. And before we plug it up, we want to check out a few things. Definitely want to make sure that this spindle lock is not depressed and it's up. It's in the upright position, so we should be good. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is plug it up and give it a test drive. All right, so we got it plugged in, and then we're gonna put our tool back in its little storage space. This is a very valuable tool. You don't want to be running around trying to find it. Also, there's other components on your saw that you can use that tool for. All right, let's make us another cut, and I'll show you all the differences in those two blades. Now remember our first cut. This is what we did, right? Safety glasses on. There is a difference. This one gave me a jagged edge up at the top. This one is much, much smoother than that one. Right here. So I would have to do a lot of sanding with that one to get it smooth, but this one is just perfect. Okay, y'all, I just want to show y'all how the blade actually spins. It's going to be spinning this way, that way. So we've got it in there correctly. We did a good job. All right, y'all, so in today's video, you learned how to change a 10-inch blade for your miter saw. Now, if you like these types of videos, let me know down in the comments and I can bring more of them to you. All right, thank you so much for watching. You know I love y'all. Be blessed. Take care.